Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. Tonight we are going to be reviewing Larceny, another wheated bourbon. This is competition for makers and Weller. So let's see if it stacks up against its competition. So as you can see, this is a brand new bottle, so tonight will be an uncorking. But first, let's see why is it called Larceny and why is John F. Fitzgerald's name on the bottle? Well, first, who was John F. Fitzgerald? Well, John F. Fitzgerald was a Treasury agent during Prohibition. And during Prohibition, all Treasury agents were required by law to have a key to all of the whiskey warehouses, or rick houses, as some of us know them as. Well, because of this, John Fitzgerald saw an opportunity here. He had a key to all of these barrels of bourbon. So what does John do? Well, he decides he's going to start picking the very best barrels for himself. And that's exactly what he does. He starts stealing the best barrels out of these warehouses that he has access to, and keeping them for himself, and then bottling them and selling them. Well, shortly after he starts doing this, Fitzgerald bottles become renowned in the area he was in as being the best whiskey in town or that area. And so, just like that, he is known as the best distiller in town. What's interesting though is he never distilled a drop of whiskey. He was stealing all of it. So, that is how it got the name Larceny, because for any of you that are familiar with criminal terms, larceny is theft. So now let's see if this whiskey tastes like it was stolen, or should I say, if it tastes like someone committed larceny. So here's our glass. Let's go ahead and get our first pour out of this Larceny bottle. Now, this is a wheated bourbon, as was the barrels that John Fitzgerald was stealing back in the day. So let's see if it still has that amazing history somehow distilled into this glass. Let's go ahead and give it a nosing first. And immediately you can tell this is a wheater. You're getting just a rich bready note. I mean, like a really good craft bread. And then rich sugars. Brown sugar, caramel, and then there's some fruits in there. I would qualify it as probably a cherry, like a dark cherry though. Then also you're getting some deeper, richer notes. I would say something like a date, like a roasted date. And that is a really nice nose. I could really spend all day smelling this, but I know you guys want me to get on with the review. So one more sniff here. Yeah, there's also kind of some citrus in there. I would say something like a lemon citrus in there, but a very sweet lemon. All right, so we have our nose done. Let's see what it tastes like, the important part. And right away, you get rich caramel and brown sugar on the front of the palate. And then mid-palate, you're getting something kind of like a cherry Twizzlers. If you've ever had that, that's very much what this is like on the mid-palate. Let's give it one more sip here and see what else we can get out of it. Now on that taste, I got a little more complexity. I also got kind of an apple note in there. I would say something like a Honeycrisp apple, if you're familiar with that. And then also, I got some woodiness in there, as well as a nice rich cinnamon, kind of a sweet cinnamon. And now all that was kind of mid-palate. Again, you definitely get the caramel and brown sugar at first, and then it starts really filling out mid-palate. Let's go ahead and finish this off and see what else we can get out of our whiskey here. All right, now before I get into my final thoughts, I'd just like to reach out to all my viewers here. If you've made it this far and you've enjoyed it and you appreciate what I'm doing with the reviews, if those are helping you out in choosing what bourbons you like, then definitely like and comment. And if you're really liking it, then definitely subscribe. And now let's get into the final thoughts. So on that taste, I got also kind of some cherry, like a cherry lozenge or a cherry candy in there as well. And I will say the finish is very woody. And not like a sour oak, just a general woodiness. And there is just hints of pepper, but I would say the finish is very nice. It's very easy. There's nothing harsh on the finish. You know, one thing I notice on some cheaper bourbons is sometimes you see the cheapness in the finish. That's where you get the harshness. Now this Larceny bottle, I do not get any of that. It's just nice flavors at the front of the palate, very nice flavors in the middle of the palate that kind of fills out, and then on the finish, it's just very smooth and easy. So to me, that's a sign of a very nice whiskey. So if you've never tried Larceny, I definitely suggest it. And as always, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.